Hello ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the seaside talking with the founder and the creative director of Synchronicity, Alison. Hi Alison.
Nice to meet you.
I have some questions about your big project. Explain what is a televisionary event.
Well, if you take a television event and you marry it with something that's visionary, you get a televisionary event. And Synchronicity is an event that is unique. It has never happened in the history of humanity. We're creating something that is completely original, never been done before. It's visionary.
How and when did the idea come about?
About 30 years ago, on the floor of a New York City living room, I was sitting with a map of the world and wondering, as I often did and still do, who on earth are we and what are we doing here? And I wondered what it would be like to really experience our connection, because we're all living here like a global family, but we're really not in contact with each other. So this question made me think and made me wonder, wow, if we could really all connect for one simultaneous moment in time, what would that be like? How would that affect us?
Why will people be interested in this?
Because it's about everyone. This time, for the very first time, we're doing something that gives to everyone. It's about everyone. This is not a niche market, just a sporting event, which may be viewed worldwide, but really isn't about all of us. It's about a few winners and a lot of losers. And this is not an awards show, a competition where there are a few winners and a lot of losers, where people are sitting watching other special people winning or participating. This time, it's a gift for all of us, and it's about all of us and celebrating all of our cultures.
What does Synchronicity hope to achieve?
Well, I think in the best sense, to shift our perspective, about life around us and the life within us. I hope that this event is a little appetizer on the menu of life, that we taste a moment of massive connection in such an extraordinary event that actually awes us by the very doing, and in so doing inspires us to reimagine and rethink and reconsider who we are individually and collectively.
Is Synchronicity a peace event?
I would call this a prelude to peace. My personal opinion is that we're not quite ready for peace yet. It's a stepping stone. You know, when the motor of the car, the engine, is overheated, you turn off the engine, but it takes time for it to quiet down. And I think we need something to consciously quiet us down, sort of an exhale, a global comma in the frenetic sentence of life. We need to take a pause, take a breath, and in that moment, in that quiet, we might hear ourselves, and we might have a moment of reflection in this moment of connection. And in that moment, we can then move toward a new step, which would be peace. But you don't ask an enraged, angry person or someone who's terribly distraught and crying and terribly affected by a trauma to suddenly be happy and calm inside. And that's the same thing for a collective body of 7 billion or for one individual. It's one and the same. So we need to quiet down for a moment and just take 5.
Considering increasing global challenges we face, is this kind of event practical?
What is practical? Is war practical? But we've been doing that for eons. Is the space program practical? But we continue to funnel enormous amounts of money into the discovery of what's out there. And I think that it's necessary to explore really what's going on here and in here. Practical may not always be the most important thing. Sometimes we need to go beyond practical to what touches the soul. And I think we're living in a time, a very complicated time right now. There are always complicated times, but particularly so now because we are in a global crisis. There's a great global morale crisis going on. I think the compass has gone way off course and we're a little lost, and we're grabbing for anything to try to make sense of all of this. Synchronicity, this event, is really about putting the human back in humanity.
Thank you. Nice to meet you here at the seaside. See you at the event.
Thank you.